Hi friends, this is Brett. I'm here in the Philippines, and I just want to give you some information about the mission that God has called me to. First off, you should know that the village that I'm in is a very small village. There's less than 1,000 people there. It's called Ambangig. I am pastoring a church there, and working with a small team, 5 of us all together. 3 of us are full-time, the other 2 are part-time, only being able to come on the weekends. And we have a lot of work to do. We are pastoring one church and trying to plant or start 2 other churches, in addition to doing some small outreach projects in neighboring communities. We're bringing the gospel to them, though we're not trying to start a church there at this point. So let me just explain the 3 main things we're doing right now. First off is pastoring the Ambangig Christian Church. This is a young church. It's 8 years old and has gone through some really hard times. I originally came to help revive this church, and I feel, as well as the other leaders, that the revival stage of this church has been completed, and it's now strong and moving forward both in numbers and in spirituality. So we're very pleased with this. Because of that, I am passing off my responsibilities as the head pastor to Pastor Julius, who is one of our full-time workers. Right now, it's still me doing the majority of the work and the leading, as I'm slowly bringing him up and raising him up into a more predominant leadership position. Our other full-time worker, Raquel, is helping me primarily in our outreach projects and our church planting. She's a native to this area, and so she speaks all of their languages that they speak there, which I do not. So her help is amazing. Without her, I don't know what I'd be able to do. She is literally my right hand. So our outreach projects are, first, a church plant in a village called Bunagan. This is a smaller village than Ambangig. I've been told that there's less than 600, but I don't have an exact number right now. But anyway, this village has never had a church, like ever. There's never been a missionary or a pastor who has chosen to go to this place and sustain any type of a ministry there. I guess there were some in the past who went there for like a month and did some Bible studies or a VBS, but that was it. Nothing continuous, nothing stable. We've been there now for 6 months and have a lot of fruit, actually. We have about 25 children who are coming to our various studies, 5 to 10 teens, and 3 to 5 adults who are consistently coming to one or other of our ministries there, whether our Sunday school time or visitation time, prayer meetings, or Bible studies. So it's going well, actually. And our plan is that by January, we will open the church for its public place of worship. It'll be publicly open. We will probably do a Sunday service, a regular service, next month in November as a first-time service, and probably also in December, and then January will be when we will have a continuous weekly service. This village is in desperate need of the gospel. Not only has the church never been there, but they are deeply rooted in paganism and idolatry. And what I mean by that is they worship their ancestors. And when I say worship, I quite literally mean worship. They offer animal sacrifices to appease their ancestors, so that their ancestors will bring healing to sick members of their family, or bring rain and a good harvest. They believe wholeheartedly that their ancestors have the power to do these things. This is why I say that they are deeply rooted in paganism and idolatry. So we are taking ground that Satan has never had to let go of. There is a lot of spiritual resistance. There's a lot of cultural resistance. And it's difficult. We need your prayer. We need prayer cover. We need the warriors of God around the world to be praying for the ones who are physically here, reaching out to this community that Satan has in his hands. The other thing that we're doing is we're trying to do an outreach in another village called Sombrero in a place called Ambuclao. It's about 45 minutes away from the Umbangig Church, and we got our opening in this village by going and doing a high school ministry. We're at this high school twice a week for about an hour each time, and we have between 10 and 25 young people who are attending this study, or these studies that we are doing. But the bigger thing with that is that we've been able to establish solid relationships with the students and with the teachers. So much so that last year during their graduation, they had me come up and be in the picture with the staff and faculty because they told me that I am the school's pastor. It was very amusing to me, but I'm pleased with that. We have a very strong relationship. This school has told me that anytime we need to use a facility for a Bible study or even a church service eventually, we can use their school for anything that we want. So it's a great blessing. I'm so pleased that the Lord has given us this. But so far it's just been this high school study. This month and next month, we're starting to do a outreach outside of the high school. We'll still do the high school studies, but we'll also have a focus in doing home visitations and Bible studies from house to house and in groups outside of the school to hopefully invite and include some adults and parents and people who are not attending school. The reason why we're in this village is not because they're so deeply rooted in paganism, but because the churches there are not feeding their flocks. I don't want to take the ground of other churches. I don't want to take their glory or their ministry or their members. But when members of their churches are coming to me and saying, "Pastor, we want Bible studies and our church is not offering any," my heart just breaks. And I feel that God is calling me to go to this area and feed the sheep. Jesus tells us that those who hunger and thirst for righteousness are blessed. And these people are not being satisfied at their churches, though I'm encouraging them to continue to stay part of their church unless they feel that God is calling them elsewhere. But this is a sensitive area. Already some of the pastors there feel extremely threatened by me and are accusing me of stealing their members, though I am truly trying to encourage them to continue to go to their church and to ask their pastor to do these things that they're asking me to do. But so far, the pastors, instead of doing that, are being angry with me and still not taking care of their flock. So the reason why we're going here is because the members that are already there have asked us to come and give them spiritual nutrition. So that's in a nutshell what we're doing currently. And I hope that you would be able to pray for this mission, that you would be able to be involved, and that you would be willing to just become more aware of what God is doing around the world. Become more aware of what God is doing with the church in the world. So please keep in contact with me. I have a Facebook page for this ministry called Team Brett. I encourage you to go there. It has most of my updates. So go on there, request to join, so you can be involved in this mission, and you can ask questions. I really want you to be involved. We need prayer. We need encouragement. We need finances. We need you to be a part of this. So I hope that you'd be willing to do that. So thank you for taking this time, and I pray that God will continue to bless you and direct you to the work that He has for you. So have a great day. Bye.